Hey, what's up, guys? So this is most fishermen's off season. We don't have ice on the lakes yet, but unfortunately, I'm waiting on my boat to get in for the 2020 season. So that being said, I'm stuck in the shop at home. One of the best times to do this stuff is when you call the off season. That is when you're not fishing is to prep tackle, and I enjoy prepping tackle. But one of the things is I'm flip a jig all the time. We're big jig fishermen here in the Midwest, so it's my time to tinker with jig heads, skirting, different skirts, something I like, something I don't like. Clean out your box. You know, if you got rusty ones that are dull, that are used. So let's start off by skirting a jig. The easiest way I've found is take a needle nose pliers. Then there's that little band, that skirt collar. I just lick it. I stick that dude on there. And this one, this is a crazy color. I've never thrown it, but had an idea last night. So it's plum and green pumpkin. So I just roll them up real tight like that, spread open them needle nose, and just push it through. That's the easiest way. They make a lot of great tools out there. I've just never bought them. So let me get my scissors. So that's what your skirt will look like. And then I just take them tag ends, cut them both off. Where now you have a skirt. Okay, so one of my favorite jigs in the world, probably the jig I use, 50% of the time, just flipping around, whether I'm throwing 20-pound line or 15-pound line, is that Jack Bates KP jig. It's an awesome jig, half ounce, got a meaty hook on it, nice weed guard. So I buy them in bulk, just the jig heads. They make a lot of great colors. I just enjoy tinkering with stuff, so I get the heads only. So we're just going to take that skirt, and right in the middle you press that hook down the middle of that skirt collar. And I always like to lick that barb right there, or that's, skirt collar, and just push it on. Now, the cool thing is sometimes silicone gets stuck together. I turn this dude over a lot of times, and a lot of times it doesn't always come stuck together, but sometimes that silicone just didn't get cut good enough. So I take a comb and just brush it. And what it does is it just pulls all that, There's nothing worse than a bad looking jig. So just comb it. When it's all said and done, I know it's hard to see, probably color, and then I take it and I squeeze it just like this. And I take my scissors, cut it off where it looks nice and pretty. There you go. You can do it on the water in your shop. I prefer to do it in my shop. So last but not least, one thing that I've learned in my jig box is I hate rust. There's a lot of good rust inhibitors out there that people put in their tackle boxes, but fishermen are prone to getting water in their boat, whether it's raining outside, humidity. So one thing I do, I buy these little bags. I don't know, they're $3 for 100, something like that. I open them up. Okay. I take that little jig, and I shove them in there. And you can buy bigger bags and shove 3 or 4 jigs in there if you want. But that way, I can put that dude right there in my tackle box, along with, hold on, I got more. you know. So now I can keep them and I can see what color they are. But that way it keeps moisture from getting in there and rusting that hook. Keeps that weed guard. The worst thing, the absolute worst thing in the world is having a weed guard. Having a weed guard and having it all nasty looking, you know, in your jig box, because, you know, we're in rough water and everything, and them weed guards are getting tore up. I like a good straight weed guard. And I'm going to tell you that that little Ziploc bag is a little trick, and it keeps that weed guard in there tight at all times. Just keeps everything nice. Doesn't take up any more room. So that's what I do. We'll, yeah, if you got any questions about jig fishing or anything, like I said, comment down below. DM me anything, and we'll just keep on going.